Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. In this video is my weekly and monthly June mining update for KASPA and other coins, GPU and other ASICs that I have. So first, like always, we'll start with KASPA and we'll see what do we have right now. As far as the hash rate, it's around 350. It's been, I think, hovering around 350 for the last week, if I'm not mistaken. Let's refresh and see the whole week. Yeah, it's showing 360 here, beginning of the week. The highest around also 355, around 360. And it's peaked at showing here 376, but on the KASPA 385 is the highest on cas.fyi webpage. So 3 days left to the next block reduction, so looks like it's gonna happen on the 5th of July, or yeah, like 3 days left, right? So it's gonna go to 98 KASPA for per block reward. So it's really interesting, or per second, how they say, but it's pretty much average. It's the 1 block per second, like I said before. So let's see, that maximum transaction per second rate reached at 91 transaction per second at KASPA, but we still like around between 1 and right now like was 10. So there's jumps here on the transactions per second. So very interesting to see that that rate going higher and potentially to 100 transactions per second. That makes really a fast transaction for a KASPA and also really cheap. So let's look at the KASPA price right now, 17.9. Let's refresh. It was 19 something cents just I believe yesterday, right? So I was updating the other video. I was like, oh shoot, it went to around 19 cents. I like to check coin gecko. Let's see what did we have on the KASPA and lithium. Obviously, like pretty much still down by a lot. So I don't know about that project now, but let's look. 19.65. So it's probably a new all-time high. Yes, June 30th, the highest is 1976. So just yesterday we hit all-time high again for KASPA. So it's a great deal, even though the Bitcoin was a little bit going down from 72 to like declining almost to 58. It's back to 63, 64, right? But it's not quite there. I mean, we are already far from the 72,000 all-time high. It's 10,000 down. So anyways, that's pretty much it for the introduction here. Let's go to my crazy spreadsheet and look what we had last week. So let's just scroll down to last week of June here, right, for KASPA. So I didn't get my Ultra. I've seen a lot of videos during the week, last week. A lot of people got K0 Ultra. I didn't get that yet, but it's hopefully coming this week for me. So it's a little bit late for June batch, but I guess it's just been a holiday there in Hong Kong, and the shipping just releasing again now this week. So let's look at KS0 regionals. It's still mining on Bagna, even though it's not probably the greatest coin to mine, but I'd like to collect a little bit of that spec coin. I'm still like, I've been mining that for last months. About 15 million coins I mined just with KS0 regionals, and now I'm getting 620,000. 620,000 every day. When I just started with KS0 regionals, it was around 150. So it's about even like 80,000 a day, right? So it was like 80. Yeah, and the network hash rate was a lot higher, even 77. in April, let's see, was Cedra. Yeah, so I switched to Bogna just around mid of April for KS0 originals, and it was only doing 77, 80,000, 75,000. Because hash network was fluctuating, it was going to almost 3-4 petahash. Now it's only 200 gigahash. So rewards, even though the block reduction already changed twice, so it's a lot lower. It started from almost, I believe, 2,000 per block. Bogdan now it's about 16 something, right? So very interesting to see how the network reduction created now from 80 going to 600,000 per day. That's about 5-6 times, and probably even 7 times, right? What is it? 7-8 times, right? Close to 8 times increase. So 7.5 probably times from 80,000. So crazy, right? And the network definitely changed about almost 10 times, right? Lower. It's more than 10 times, 20 times less, you know. So that's all that rewards getting more in in Bogna, I'm sorry. But Bogna coin been depreciating so much, it's 5 zeros and 55, which used to be 4 zeros and 5, so about 10 times now lower the price of Bogna. So obviously just going down, and it's kind of depressing there, and it's almost to the point like, should I switch back to KASPA? Well, how much KASPA I'll be getting with my KS0 originals? Let's see. Yeah, just about probably 5 KASPA a day. And no, wait, it's the cost. Where is my KASPA day? Right here, 3 KASPA for, so it's about 100 KASPA a month, 130, 120 KASPA a month. Depends on overclocks, because some of them overclocks to 175, 160s, some of them running at 150 and 120. So it really depends, but it looks like it's a lot. It's not much, it's only like 100, but it's still probably better on KASPA, because on 6 of them I could get an extra a month 700 KASPA. It's not that much, but it's much better, and it will cover electricity cost, where I believe Bogna, it's not even, it's at this price right now, it's my electrical cost 373, and I'm only getting 341. So for me, it's almost like, if I want that Bogna, I should buy just, 20 million Bognas for that price and let it run KASPA instead, because KASPA price went up, and it's, appreciate a lot more, even though probably not gonna get as much, but we'll see. Now let's look at the KASPA mining. So my solar, as you could see, it's been pretty much stable throughout the whole week at 24 KASPA a day, 23 here, 22 at one point when the KASPA price kind of pump up to the hash rate, I'm sorry. But at the end of the week, even though the price, the network hash rate kind of 355, 355 there, so a little bit higher, but still I'm getting 24 KASPA, and the same for my KS0 Pro. The 4 of them I just left, so I sold 2 of them here, 1 there last week, and then 2 this week. So only 4 left here. So that's where I have the average, just 878, 8 KASPA a day average in here for my KS0 Pros. So let's look at KS5L. I had struggling with my rewards a lot. So last week I finally got my temperature in C6 tank adjusted. So I figured out how to increase. At first I kind of figured how to decrease temperature with the resistors, and made it like to 30, going back lower to 34, 32 degrees in the tank. But my miner profitability started dropping significantly. I was the last week I was not even doing really well on KS5L. it dropped to 200. See, like 70. Even my BMKS Max was doing almost the same, pretty close. I mean, like only 20 KASPA difference. So it was a little bit kind of frustrating with what's going on with the with my KS5L, but I guess the main issue was that I started decreasing the temperature in the tank. So I went and figured out how to add parallel resistor there to the sensor and increase my temperature to about 44 to 45 degrees in the tank. So it's running around 44. I want to say between 44 and 43 to 45. So you could see board in temperatures actually the other way around, because the fluid goes from the exhaust to intake. So 46 at intake, I should say, but it's really in the tank, it's about 45 to 44 degrees Celsius. So by the time I get to the miner, I guess it's a little bit 1 degree warmer on the sensor. Now with that temperature change, I'm kind of start seeing the right here, like this was the real struggle there, like with the lowering temperature, and then I start to adjust it. There was a couple areas where I kind of went too high probably on temperature, so you don't want to go too high so you get your chips over 90 degree, because then your hash rate drop in as well. So you really need to adjust that to where you're potentially have a perfect temperature with the perfect hash rate, even though right now I still probably have a room to play, maybe a few degrees. I don't know if I should go higher. I'm watching this 30 minute on each board, and I'm looking at one of the board, like especially my third one, maybe just something with silicon lottery that this board does not perform as well as the other ones, but it does on a different temperature. So I need to just figure it, if it's a little bit cooler and this board will perform better, but then the other may not. So just to find the perfect, balance where you get, all three boards running at 4,000 at least terahash, right? Or 4 terahash, so 4,000 gigahashes. So let's look at the other miner. So my BMKS pretty stable now. What I want to mention here on my BMKS Max and all the other miners of the last 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, I don't know what happened. I kind of was out on the camp with my family, and looks like every single miner performed better than beginning of the week. About, I want to say 10%, maybe not 10, maybe 8% higher rewards, like maybe 8 or, well, 7, let's say 7 to 8% better. You could see like 260 from 230 to 220, went to 230 to 50, and then from 270 to 95. So about 5% here, and similar here, about 5% there. So yeah, roughly 5% better performance. I don't know if you guys noticed that as well on your miners. Leave me a comment down below and let me know if you had the same performance increased by the last. Actually, even today on Monday, I looked over and it's slightly higher than usual, the rewards rate. So I'm not sure if that's just on K1 pool, because hum pool being pretty stable, although on K0 Pros it's also slightly higher. So I'm not 100% sure. I haven't read the news or anything happened, but let me know if you guys noticed that as well. So overall, now I have another test I did. 15 days I mine on a nice hash with my KS3, the second one, right? So, and I compare on rewards here with my KS3, the first one, and look at the result here. I want to show you right there. So I basically mine 15 days, and I mine 0.0068 Bitcoins. So because the nice hash payout in Bitcoin. So you basically getting paid in Bitcoin. So it sells your KASPA, buys you Bitcoin in a way, right? So whatever price of KASPA that they when they pay you every 3 hours or every I forget how many hours they're on the nice hash, you get in the amount of Bitcoin worth whatever the KASPA price is. So now, because KASPA went from about 14 cents, I believe here, right? When I started, how much was KASPA there? Let's check it out. So KASPA price was about, 14 on June 15. I started on June 15. 15, and then it went down to 14.5 cents. So the amount of Bitcoin I could purchase for 14 cents was a lot lower, and on top of it, Bitcoin price was higher. So then the price of KASPA went up, and I could have purchased more, probably Bitcoin, but it still looked like it didn't make sense to me to keep on a nice hash, to be honest, because unless you want just straight Bitcoin anyway to buy every day, but to me, I pretty much lost $140. So I mined in 15 days, close to 30. So I started with 3,700. So it's about 3,200 KASPA and 0.0068 Bitcoin. So it's worth $427 as of today, and my KASPA worth 561 on the KS31. Now I do have to admit that KS31 runs about 300 gigahash better, so it's 8.7, and this runs at 8.3, so 500 gigahash difference, right? So let's say it's roughly another 5%, right? So 5% higher rate. If you add to 8.25%, let's say it's another 400, 480, right? Or it's lower. Let's say it's 5% lower, right? So you get 8.2 gigahash. So if I deduct 5% from 561, I'm not gonna get, even with the hash rate, right? So $561 minus 5%, what do I get? Get 532. So I'm still $110, $105 below. I could mine more in the KASPA in a dollar value, even, right, with the gas price today. But if the price of KASPA would be 14 cents, it would be probably a lot less. But I even checked. So let me put 14 cents there for KASPA so we can see real time, right? So I'm gonna adjust a KASPA temporarily here for 14 cents. And even with 14 cents, I am still 437 on KASPA, 427 here. Well, yeah, it did get pretty close with that 5% difference. So with that being said, it just, if the price of KASPA really is stable at 14 cents, then maybe converting to Bitcoin makes sense. But for me, it's like, I don't want to buy Bitcoin with KASPA. I want to hold KASPA. This was just like a test. So really, I just want to do that and keep it in KASPA. So I pretty much finished, but for whoever mines in the nice hash, I was just want to point it out that 2-week test, it would be better if I mine for, let's say, for 2 weeks KASPA, then sell it, and I could have buy $560 worth of Bitcoin or wherever that price was, 560 minus 5%, so whatever, 530, right? 530 versus 427 worth of Bitcoin I could buy today. So obviously the price of the coins fluctuate a lot, so we can't always predict that. In some way you may earn more if the price of the Bitcoin gonna go up. When the Bitcoin goes up, then your dollar value obviously gonna be better in Bitcoin, and the KASPA goes down. So, but in a way, when you're mining, It's really fluctuate a lot because nice hash buying new coin every 3-4 hours. Pretty much flat payout in Bitcoin, right? So let's look at the other. Well, let's look here. So we started at 1,000 KASPA a day. Now you have to be mindful because I didn't mine another 225 KASPA a day or 220. So it would be 1,200 KASPA a day at our beginning of the week, and then the end of the week is 1340 and 1371. So I am about 120 KASPA more per day at the last 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. I'm not sure why. And also Monday is 1284, so it's still kind of higher than 1220. So my guess is it's a little bit higher on rewards for the last few days. Something been maybe happening with the KASPA network or some adjustment on rewards. I'm not 100% sure there. Let me know, guys, if you experienced that as well. You could see on these numbers. So now let's go to my GPU. I'm pretty much had to shut down due to negative rewards, really, to my miners. I need to deduct more of the price of my electricity here for the last 5 years, but I mean 5 days. Last 2 days I only been mining with the 3 rigs, and so it's not anymore 22 mega hash. It's a lot lower, and it's only mining with 21 GPUs, and it's probably, let me see, what do we have? By the way, Ice River still has all the miners available. Surprisingly, even with the price of KASPA going up and all that, you could still buy Ice River today for July batch for the same price. So it's really interesting. Let's what was checking? Oh yeah, for the hash rate, what do I get? Got 6.5, average 6.5 mega hash with 21 GPUs. Yeah, that's all I have left. And basically, because my electricity there rate a lot lower, and I still can get it's probably 24. So in the real life, it's actually, it's not profitable. See, it's right there, but it wasn't profitable for me mining my electrical rate. So I had to shut down all my GPUs for now because I'm going negative. So this is pretty much over on GPU. I'm not sure what I'm gonna mine yet, or will I turn them down up until my rate goes down in September. But for time being, especially with the heat I have, I don't want to run my GPUs in 110 degrees. And by the way, it's coming another heat wave, and we're gonna have 114 or 113 on 4th of July here in Sacramento. So it's crazy temperatures. So my best mining bet now in a C6 tank, emergent tank, because you know, with all that heat, it runs pretty much like a charm. It's pretty stable on my Dodge DG1 and my KS5L now, and especially having the sprayers attached and running on the sensor, on my temperature sensor for exterior. So on the temperature outside going above 85, my sprayer's head will turn the water up, and it's easily holding the temperature of the tank to whatever degrees, like I said, to 44, 45. So with that is, and there is no fan extra use, so it's really nice. It's almost quiet for the exterior. It's superior residential. The only downside of my K is a different topic, but for my C6 tank, fans, when they kick in, once in a while I hear that cracking sounds when it goes to full speed, and then it goes to the slow mode. So I don't know what that causing to go to the high and then lower the speed. I guess maybe with my temperature sensor, when it's adjusting, it kind of quickly turns that on and then going back. So I don't know if there's any adjustment to that. I haven't found any solution. I emailed and text to the my rep for Fancasee, but I didn't get the answer. I don't know if you guys experienced that as well, but that's the only negative part to it, because it's annoying at night when it's cracking sound, like, starting the fan like on the full speed and then it goes down. Other than that, it's perfect for residential mining. Really super quiet. You can put it anywhere, probably in garage or in the shed, and you won't hear it in your house. So let's see what else. Well, the size of the fan you have to consider is pretty huge. I would plan, if I would plan it again, I would probably set it up next to my AC condenser somewhere on the side of the house. It's not visible, and probably run tank to garage somewhere, because it's pretty quiet. So anyways, maybe for the second tank, so we'll have to think about that. My E9 Pros, I was able to switch all of these to Octaminer now. So they're all mined the Octaspace, not Octaminer, sorry, it's Octaspace, and at least they're not negative, they survive into a little bit positive thing. Obviously Octaspace price actually appreciate a little bit by the end of the week. And what is it today? It's actually, it's still around 180, so that probably helps a lot to maintain a little bit positive, so I'm not losing at least on that mining that coin. But if I need more power, I know where my price per this all blue selected is my mining, what the miner doing per watt. Okay, so this is not correct. This is divided by 5, so you have to adjust that cost. But here how it works, it's basically dividing the price of this coins mined per day, divide by 24 hours, and divide by kilowatts and 1,000. So I get the price per kilowatt that I mine. So how many cents I can mine per kilowatt electricity spent, and my price of electricity 18 cents right now. So I know, like, I'm pretty much breaking even on this thing. You could see I'm only making 19 cents, 31 cents. Really depressing, but I'm not losing the money. So that's the big point with the CK Lite. That's pretty much losing money every day. So that's just running for test, and I'll probably gonna be giving away that CK Lite. I will see with the 5,000 subscribers. Haven't decided yet. I don't know if anyone likes CK Lite, to have CK Lite. I don't know even if anyone want it, but it's been running pretty stable, surprisingly on the gold shell. There's no real issue, just 6.3 gigahash, staying pretty stable. I didn't have issue like that being restarted. It's on the stock fans, and it's in garage. It's in the absolutely heat environment. The intake's going for around, till it's 74, 72, so it's pretty much 40 degrees on intake, 100 degrees outside, or 105 right now, and it's running like it's not restarting, nothing going on there. So my guess really is just the price of electricity. If your cost of electrical maybe 7-8 cents, and then you can make some money on it, then why not, right? So, but for me, for 18 cents electrical, this is nonsense. Not gonna use electrical, even 1100 watts. It's not a lot, but I just want to run it for test while I have available power. But I would rather mine with GPUs at this point than CK Lite miner for the CKB coin, right? Okay, so and I don't know if there is a future on that coin yet. So anyways, it's do your own research. Make sure you get your site on the KASPA. Like, when you buy the miners here, all the new prices are pretty attractive, but unfortunately with a lot of hash rate, even though I purchased some just to get just so I can continue mine KASPA, I'm selling my KS3 amps. I sold one, and UPS lost my package, so that's another issue. But I'm selling these guys. I already sold 3 of my KS Pros. All these guys I sold right there. And wait, right here. Where's my sold items? Right here. So 3 KS0 Pros and KS3M2. Now I have to get efficient units. So even though I pay a little extra for that, which I mean, at one point seems like I doubled up on one of my KS5L that I'm mining with. Not very maybe smart decision. So yeah, do your own research. Even at $4,700, it's still kind of like breaking even. Really gonna be really hard. Answer, I don't know if it's gonna ever break even, you know. So sure guys, you do your own research, and unless you need to also make more profitable machine, and if you can exchange 2 of KS3M to 1 KS5L, definitely worth it. I would say if I could sell like, you know, 2 machines for 2,500 and buy one of these, and then 2 of my KS3 each for 4,000, buy one of this, it's basically upgrade and using less electrical. So they're win on both sides, right? So from that perspective, I think it's definitely worth it if you want to continue mining, or do maybe even the hosting, Terra hosting or Ice River, so something like that. So anyways, that's pretty much it for my weekly, and then the monthly update. So June KASPA, so how much KASPA I mined. So as you know, 2 weeks I didn't mine KASPA, so pretty much like 2,000 KASPAs there, right? A little over 2,000, but 220, let's say 220 KASPA a day I would mine for 15 days that I didn't mine. That's about 3,000, so 300. So average 40,500. So 40,000, let's round it up. 40,000 KASPA I could have mined in June with my 55 terahash. Well, it's actually 54, but I think it dropped now. Have to watch my adjustments, and I was gonna go like boom all the way to 100 terahash here, but now I am sitting only at, delete all these extra hashes, right? And look at the real, my 40, yeah, I'm down to 48 terahash because I sold a bunch of the machines and I didn't get my, did I do it correctly? Yeah, 5. Yeah, that should make it correct. Perfect, okay. Wow, I am down 6 terahash. Yeah, so it's 54, 48 instead of the, yeah. All right, guys, so, gee, sorry about that. Have to change that for my, here, 48 terahash. All right, in June. That's my current network, my miner's hash rate. So I'm hoping to update that to 100 and in next 2 weeks, and then probably sell a few more. So I'll be around 70, hovering around 70 terahash, maybe, or maybe if I can sell, I'll still hover around 100 terahash. I don't know. We'll see how profitable it is, and if it's still profitable, I may better continue mining KASPA and turn and keep my GPU off, and maybe this guy off, and all my E9 jazz miners, they're all low, again in very low rate, right? So that's my plan here. So that's what you could see. I mine only with my GPUs and other ASICs. 236 after power, $236. My KASPA ASICs I did 4,600 in profits after power. So total revenue 85, and my power cost $3,700. So most of which is cost of my GPU and my other ASICs, because it almost was the same. I just turned down bunch of the GPU. That's why my it's went to 12 kilowatt now, the usage, but it used to be 24 kilowatts. 24 kilowatts of the GPU mining and only 19 kilowatts on KASPA. And look how much extra I'm getting in KASPA. So much more profitable anyways. So as of today, it's most profitable ASICS, regardless wherever this hash rate. And this is gonna decrease by a lot, obviously, and it's been decreasing by a lot. If we go down, I've been able to mine on the KASPA, like even in January. Let's go down January just to compare. February, 7,800 profit a month, 53,000 KASPA. January, 60,000, 90, almost 10,000 in profit. 11,000, and I'm negative in GPU after all this coin price change. Whatever I mined before, Pyrin, Carlson, Alephium, all that went negative because the coin's price depreciates so much. So wherever I was able to sell, I sold some Pyrin there before, so maybe I'm not that negative, but you could see the picture. If you hold all these coins, the KASPA a lot better deal. So it's not financial advice. You have to do your own research before you jump into KASPA. But in my opinion, the KASPA ASIC mining, starting to mine, it's kind of late. You don't want to start. You want to if you continue in, you kind of renewing your equipment in a way, right? But if you're able to get used for maybe a couple $1,000 KS5L, you can use the KASPA calculator here. And let's say you got a hand of the KS5M, well, even at $2,000, I don't know if you can, with the network hash rate increasing every probably 3 petahash a day on average. Oh, you could break even by the end of the year. So that's not too bad. That's at 10 cents for my cents of electricity, 18 cents. You could still break even. So I guess 2,000 would be not such a bad price because of KASPA price today is really, really good. So if you're buying it for 2,500, you still can break even to the end of the year at $3,000. I don't get it. You still can break even. Oh, the wattage. Sorry. 3,400. I almost was going crazy. Yeah, no. Yes, no. 2,000 probably no. That's it. The wattage, obviously. So yeah, on 10 cents you may be okay at 10 cents. No, you're not. $1,800? No. 1,500. Okay, well, my excitement over. Even $1,000 probably for yeah. So you need to buy it for 1,000 or maybe 1,100 if you're thinking to break even fast. But 1,200, it's not gonna break even. So 3 petahash a day increase. That's it. That's at pitch game over. 8 cents. Maybe at 8 cents you could. Yeah. Whatever the electrical cost, it will play a huge role there. So anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. It went pretty long already, and we'll see you on the next one.